evening, I'm Sonia Kaliselvam and this is KiniNews. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim was asked to comment on the call from PAS for him to resign. Let's take a look at what he said.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has declined to entertain PAS's call for him to step down over the addendum order issue. When asked for comment on the matter this morning, this was what he said.
Boleh minta komen sikit tu Sri? Pasal ni kesaan PAS untuk Datuk Sri letak jawatan.
PAS had called for Anwar's resignation on Monday for allegedly hiding the truth about the previous Agong Sultan Abdullah Sultan Ahmad Shah's addendum order for former Premier Najib Abdul Razak. The addendum order is for Najib to serve the remainder of his jail sentence as house arrest. PAS Information Chief Ahmad had previously said that the Prime Minister must take responsibility. Meanwhile, opposition leader Hamzah Zainuddin claimed that the concealment of the addendum amounted to treason.
Meanwhile, Zaliha Mustafa, who is a member of the Pardons Board, has stressed that minutes of its meeting are confidential.
The minutes of the Pardons Board meeting concerning former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak will remain confidential and will not be disclosed to the public. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for the Federal Territories, Dr. Zaliha Mustafa, who is also a member of the Pardon Board, said this is as the minutes of the meeting are strictly classified. According to Berita Harian, she said the minutes of the Pardons Board meetings are confidential, therefore they cannot make them public. Yesterday, it was reported that Shamsul Iskandar Mohd Akin, who is the principal political secretary to Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, had called on the government to disclose the details. He said revealing the board's deliberation on Najib's case can end speculations surrounding the addendum order by the 16th Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Abdullah Sultan Ahmad Shah in January last year. Shamsul's call came amid heavy criticism against the federal government, which has been accused of hiding the order for the former Prime Minister to serve the remainder of his jail sentence under house arrest. Opposition party PAS had also used the issue to call for Anwar's resignation for allegedly disobeying the former Agong's order.
Puan Zarkashi has clarified that Ahmad Saleh was at court on Monday for Najib's court case and not the rally. This was in response to an article.
Amno Supreme Council member Muhammad Puan Zarkashi said its party's youth chief Dr. Muhammad Ahmad Saleh was not present at Monday's solidarity gathering for former Premier Najib Abdul Razak. Puan clarified that Ahmad was at the Palace of Justice in Putrajaya for court proceedings regarding a royal order related to Najib's potential house arrest and was not there to participate in the rally. He said this while responding to an article which he said had declared PAS the winner and Amno the loser in connection to the gathering. He said the question of Ahmad being a hero does not arise as Ahmad was there to observe court proceedings related to a royal addendum order. He said Ahmad wasn't attending a rally. He had personally prohibited Amno youth from participating as initially planned. Puat stressed that Amno had not prohibited its members from attending Najib's court hearings, which have been a routine show of support from Amno leaders. He noted that Amno had cancelled the rally out of respect for the king's advice and the police's directive and had instead adopted a tactical approach. But also said that in truth, Amno was the true winner, with its members adhering to the party's directives and respecting the king's advice. He reiterated that Amno would continue to defend its former president through constitutional means.
If you'd like access to news like this and more, scan the QR code on the screen and subscribe to Malaysia Kini. Still on the topic of Najib, a Bersatu leader said the party's ties with PAS are not affected by their sudden defence of Najib.
Bersatu has no issues with PAS's aggressive stance on defending the validity of the royal decree regarding former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak's house arrest. Bersatu Supreme Council member Wan Ahmad Faisal Wan Ahmad Kamal said Perikatan National Leader's position on the 1MDB scandal remains consistent despite attending a solidarity rally for Najib at the Palace of Justice in Putrajaya last Monday. He said PN leaders participated in the gathering because the royal addendum Najib was fighting to have enforced was a matter of public interest. Wan Faisal added that he doesn't think there's any issue concerning PAS Bersatu relations because the rally involving PN leaders isn't about Najib as an Amno politician, but rather about his plight and efforts to hold the government accountable for dishonesty. He said the government has been stalling for nearly a year regarding the existence of the royal addendum, and the position of PN leaders is rooted in upholding justice and respecting the royal institution. He told Malaysia Kini that PN's presence reflects broader concerns about public interest and the rule of law, and they're aligned on this matter. Wan Faisal was commenting on whether PAS's defense of Najib might affect its relationship with Bersatu. The Court of Appeal had granted Najib leave to initiate a judicial review to compel the government and 6 other parties to answer and confirm the existence of a royal addendum issued in January last year. The decree approved by the previous Yang di-Pertuan Agong, Sultan Abdullah Sultan Ahmad Shah, would allow Najib to serve the remainder of his sentence for the 42 million ringgit SRC international corruption case under house arrest.
Tiong King Sing has ordered for the Visit Malaysia 2026 promotional video to be remade as he is dissatisfied with the final video presented to him today.
Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Tiong King Sing said the promotional video for Visit Malaysia Year 2026 will be remade with more detailed content. He stated that the ministry and relevant agencies have been instructed to produce promotional videos and segment the promotions by zones. According to Bernama, Tiong said that this was as he was dissatisfied with the final version of the video shown to him today. He said he wanted the video divided by zones so that people understand what attractions each state has to offer. He added that if not, foreign tourists will be confused and not know which attraction belongs to which state. Yesterday, Tiong and his ministry came under fire over the 41-second promotional video for not including images of mosques, but featuring the Batu Caves and the Christ Church in Melaka. Following this, the minister said the launch video for the campaign did not include mosques as it was supposed to be short and simple. He had said that mosques are included in a more detailed promotional video that will come later.
Earlier, Tiong had urged all parties to refrain from turning the video into a racial and religious issue. This came following criticisms over a 41-second video uploaded to the Tourism Malaysia Facebook page.
Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Tiong King Sing has addressed criticism from Perikatan national leaders over the absence of mosques in the launch video for the Visit Malaysia 2026 campaign. In a statement yesterday, he said the video did not include mosques as it was supposed to be short and simple. However, he said mosques are included in a more detailed promotional video that will be released soon. Tiong added that the longer video will also include silat as well as the ngajat and sumazau dances. Elaborating, he said Malaysia has all sorts of beauty and uniqueness in the country, including the stunning architecture of mosques. He added that these elements have been included in a more detailed promotional video that will display each element more specifically. He also stated that the video is to promote Malaysia's value as a tourist destination as a whole, not race and religion. Tiong added that irresponsible parties are aiming to manipulate the issue into a racial and religious matter. He said it is the attitude of extremists like these that is actually challenging Malaysia's social harmony, not the promotional efforts carried out by the ministry. He urged Malaysians to refrain from politicizing the matter or turning it into a racial or religious issue.
PKR Supreme Council member Fahmi Zainul has filed a police report against the social media administrator for former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak. Here's more on that.
Hari ini kita ada buat satu laporan polis berkenaan tentang hantaran Facebook Najib Razak yang menghina mahkamah, iaitu edit situ perlu dipertanggungjawabkan. Hantaran di sosial media Facebook Najib Razak pada 7 Januari 2025 yang mempertikaikan keputusan Mahkamah Tinggi yang turut disahkan oleh Mahkamah Rayuan dan juga Mahkamah Persekutuan terkait kes SRC International serta mengkritik hakim perbicaraan adalah secara jelas dan terang merupakan satu tindakan jenayah menghina mahkamah. Cubaan pentadbir Facebook Najib Razak yang berkali-kali mempertikaikan kewibawaan mahkamah dengan menjadikan institut mahkamah sengaja dicemarkan untuk mewujudkan satu skandal sehingga memberi kesan buruk kepada institusi kehakiman negara adalah tindakan yang keterlaluan yang bersamaan dengan jenayah menghina mahkamah.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Sonia Kaliselvam. Thanks for watching.